Welcome back to the Utah Jazz MyLeague here on NBA 2K16, as this is episode 37 of the series, and as you can see right in front of you, we are in the playoffs yet again. That's right, I decided to, instead of just including one of the 6 games you play in April, you guys pretty much saw we're going to make the playoffs. We were the 1 seed literally the entire year, and we're the 1 seed heading into the playoffs, so we are the 1 seed in the Western Conference, the Utah Jazz. We'll be taking on the 8 seed of, what do you know, the Los Angeles Clippers, the same team we played last year in last year's first round. Last year, I believe they were a closer seed because we were the 4 seed going into it last year. I think they were the 5th seed, so it was a closer matchup, and we still swept them. So I'm thinking this time a sweep could be a possibility, especially if you look at the lineups. But there is something that's definitely changed at ours. As you can see, the starting 5 in front of you right now is Conley 1, Jackson 2, Paul 3, Porzingis 4, and then Powell at 5? Yes, Rudy Gobert dislocated his right patella. I think it was the 3rd game before the playoffs started. It was the 3rd game, the 3rd to last game of the year or something like that. And it was definitely a major blow, but I definitely built this team on depth. We don't have any superstars, even though Jackson is on his way to being a superstar, but as of right now, we don't really have any superstars. This team's strength is how deep they are, considering a lot of teams in this game, in the NBA in general, don't really have too deep of benches. So we do. We do have a bench, so when their second team comes in, our second team is a lot better than their second team. So that's basically how we beat teams, is a lot of the times we just have a deeper team. And I basically pride this team in having depth, so let's see how deep they actually do go, because we're definitely going to be tested in that area with Rudy Gobert being out for the entire playoffs. Now, if you move things on to the Clippers, their starting 5 looks even weaker. Ours doesn't look weak, as I think Powell can still carry his own, but their starting 5 is George DePaula, J.J. Redick, Jeff Green, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan, and then their 6th man is Damian Inglis. I think it's Inglis. I know he's a French guy, I know that. And Chris Paul is out for all the playoffs for them. So they're not going to have basically the best player. You could argue that Griffin's the best player. But they're definitely not going to have their best point guard. And now they only have 1 point guard on the roster, who is George DePaula, who isn't exactly a beast. He's kind of just an average point guard. He's the backup for Chris Paul, so he barely ever plays when Paul's in there anyway. So yeah, they're going to have some troubles without Chris Paul, is my prediction. And here we are in Salt Lake City, Utah, home of our Utah Jazz, here for Game 1 of the first round of the playoffs. If you guys don't know how I do the playoffs, it's I play the first game of each series, and then I play the elimination games. Just kind of, instead of playing every single game, I just play the first game of the series, and then I sim up to a first elimination game, and then I keep playing the elimination game, and if we get eliminated or they get eliminated, then I move on to the next series, or if I keep alive, if I'm down, then we just keep playing the elimination games. So here we are in Game 1 as the Clippers win the tip to Paula, pass over to Green. He's going to drive, go up with it, and he misses as Powell grabs the rebound. He'll kick that one out to Conley, who dribbles this one up to the 3-point line. Powell is definitely not going to have problems rebounding, especially on the defensive side of the board. He's kind of an average offensive rebounder. He only has a 70-something rebounding on offensive rebounds. He's definitely not Gobert on the offensive rebounding side of things, but he is definitely going to be able to hold his own on the defensive side of things because he has an 88 box out and a 94 defensive rebounding. So here we are up 9-8. As we turn the ball over, the Clippers are going in transition. DePaula to Redick, pulls up, knocks that one down for 3. It's a 9-11 game. And here we are tied at 11. Clippers with the ball. Jordan loses the ball. Powell gets it. He's going to give it up to Paul, who's going to give it to Jackson. Cockback tomahawk. 2-point lead for the Jazz. 1-point lead here. Skip ahead. It's 18-17. Pass down little Mike Scott. Mr. Emoji Tattoo misses. Tariq Black, who's going to get some minutes because of the Gobert injury, gets the board. And Paul's going in transition, slamming that one down. 20-17 Jazz lead. Same score here. Mike Scott trying to back down Tariq Black. Plays some solid defense. Grabs the board as well. Throws it to Korkmaz, who's going to oop it to Cody Paul. Slam it down. 22. I think it was 22-17. Now it's 28-18 21 with a 7-point lead here over the Clippers as Exxon gets the steal, goes in transition, lays that one up. 9-point lead there for the Jazz. And at the end of one quarter, it's a 5-point lead, 30 Jazz, 25 Clippers. Pick things back up in the second here. As the Jazz going in transition, Jackson over to Buddy Hield. He's going to get a dunk in transition, 32-25. Same score here. DePaula top of the three-point line, having two men set screens for him. Trying to pull some fancy moves here. Steps back, pulls up for the mid-range, misses. Rebound goes to Jackson. He's going to throw it up to Conley, who gives it over to Buddy Hield. Yet again, another transition dunk for Buddy Hield. Getting some minutes off the bench. Finally getting some minutes here in the NBA. As there they give an oop to DeAndre Jordan to get within 5. They have the ball yet again here, but we're going to take that one. Thank you very much. Paul in transition. Oops it to Josh Jackson. Paul to Jackson. Definitely going to be a combo here for many years to come. So 38-31, 7-point lead. Griffin pulls up mid-range. He misses. Rebound goes to Paul. Throws it over to Jackson. He's in transition. You can't stop him. Contact layup. He'll get that to fall. No problemo. So they call a timeout, and at the end of one half, it's 52 Jazz, 43 Clippers, as the Jazz just have controlled this game pretty much the entire time. As there they get stripped, Conley says thank you very much. He'll go in transition. He's going to oop it to Cody Paul, and he's going to slam it down with two hands. 60-48 is the score. Same score here. Jackson finds Conley in the corner, dribbles around, finds an open Paul. Right corner three, knocks that one down. Triple for Cody Paul. 63-48. Skip ahead here at 65-50 as Conley gets double-teamed, finds Porzingis down low. He'll slam that one down. And then here are the Clippers getting a layup there, 67-54, as Paul will throw this one inbound to Jackson. Nobody's going to cover him. 360 slam, hang on the rim, just to say, hey, you guys suck. So here's Conley finding Paul once again. Nobody's covering him. He's going to slam it down. Paul and Jackson just really using their speed to expose this team. As the Clippers miss a shot there, the mid-range rebound goes to Porzingis. Korkmaz in transition now finds Paul. One-handed slam, dunks all over DeAndre Jordan. Skip ahead here, 77-70, 7-point lead for the Jazz. As Dwight Powell knocks down that mid-range, it's a 9-point lead. At the end of 3, it's 83 Utah, 74 Clippers. So let's pick things up here in the fourth quarter. 8:40 left in it as Inglis from the corner is going to miss that 3. Rebound goes to Jackson. He's in transition, finds Crowder. Pulls up at 3 or steps back at 3, finds Jackson, who's trailing. He's going to knock down the wide open triple. And we're going to skip ahead here a bit, 90-78 as Griffin's going to miss that. Jordan gets the rebound. He misses as well. On the putback, try Jackson, Crowder, Conley, left-handed layup in transition. The extra pass there from Crowder makes it a 92-78 game. 94-80 here as the Clippers lose the ball on some dumb spin attempt from Jeff Green. So Jackson goes in transition, finds a cutting Powell, left-handed slam, 96-80. About 4 minutes left now in the fourth, down to 3:30, I think, is what the time is right here. As Conley finds Powell, nobody's covering him, two-handed slam. You can't leave the big fella open. Triple digits now for the Jazz, as DePaula trying to drive past Conley. Can't do it, gets rejected by Powell. So Paul's got this one. He's going to give it over to Conley. Right-handed layup. Gets it to fall. 110-91. We'll just end it right there. Put the Clippers out of their misery. They drop Game 1 to the Jazz by a score of 115-94. Jazz take it over the Clippers. They have a one-game series lead here in Round 1 of the Western Conference Playoffs. Jackson led the Jazz in points with 24. Dwight Powell had 18 points and 6 rebounds as well with 3 steals, while Jackson had 2. Cody Paul had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Porzingis with a double-double, 14 points, 14 boards. Buddy Hield had double digits with 10 points as well. On the Clippers side of things, Blake Griffin led them in points with 27, JJ Redick had 18, Mike Scott 15, Jeff Green with 11, DeAndre Jordan with 10. DePaula had 21 assists and 7 points because he was the only point guard who played 10-minute quarters, and he plays 40 minutes because they have no other point guard. So he's the only one who plays for them as they drop this game to the Jazz. And with that being said, it's going to wrap things up here for episode 37 of the Jazz My League. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.